Yo guys, what's going on? This is Kevin here. What I want to talk about today is being proactive without falling into the trap of proactive procrastination. You see this all the time with guys that start learning pickup or how to increase their social interactions. And they might stumble upon a book that they really enjoy reading and they think, wow, this is something I really want to learn about. And before they get out there and start actually applying, like, what they read in the book, they might go find another book. And that book might lead them to finding Facebook groups where they start interacting with like-minded people, which, is great. And after that, they might find videos on YouTube, which are led by coaches, which offer products. So now you have a person that's taken no action, knows that they really want to learn this, and now they buy the product and have just an abundance of information, yet they haven't taken the first step. And this really is a dangerous trap to fall into because more often than not, a person will accumulate a fuck ton of knowledge in their heads, and before they actually get out there and take the first step, they get so stifled in the fact that they know everything. They've seen behind the curtain and know the extent of what they can do, yet they haven't beaten those anxieties that hold them back from taking the first step. A good example that I like to use for this one is like the bench warmer. You take a person who really wants to play soccer. So he gets out there and he buys soccer cleats. He buys a soccer ball. He starts buying FIFA and plays FIFA all the time. And the next thing you know, he's actually taking the first step and he's signing up for a soccer team. So now he's on a soccer team. He's got all the gear. He knows how to play the game. But the first game, the coach says, hey, you're up. You want to get in? He says, no. I've never played in a game before, so I just want to see the dynamic in, firsthand. So he stays on the bench. And then game 2 comes around. The coach is like, hey, you want to get in? He says, no. Now that I know how the game is, I know all the rules, I'm not going to get in trouble when I play, but I noticed that we have plays that we do. So I just want to learn the plays first. So he goes home, he practices. Game 3 comes around. The coach is like, hey, get in. He's like, no. I watched tape of the last game, but this is a different team. So, once I see like a variety of teams play, I'll really know how the opponent plays against us. And then when the last game comes around, the coach is like, hey, you're getting in there. So the guy doesn't have a chance. He gets in even though he doesn't want to, and he fucking sucks, right? He's just terrible. He's the worst. He goes to kick the ball and he misses it. It's just the most embarrassing thing in the world for him, and he wants to quit. But what happened when the next game came around was he had that reference experience. So instead of going home and, learning all about the game and learning all the plays and watching the World Cup and all the professionals play, he learned how to kick the ball properly. So that the next time the next game came around, he got in, he wanted to learn how to kick the ball properly, he kicked it better, he was satisfied, and then he was ready to move on to the next step. And this is just such a good example of the trap most people fall into when they first start, talking to women, because you'll take a guy that is too anxious and is too afraid, if you will, of going up and even just saying hi to a beautiful woman. He might not even be able to say, hey, do you have the time? Can't do that. Yet you take him, you give him a fuck ton of knowledge, and now he thinks that the first time he talks to a girl, he has to fuck her. And obviously this isn't true because you don't expect a person that their first time out, or probably even within a couple weeks, or maybe even a couple months, to get to that stage of the process, right? And this is the danger of falling into the trap of proactive procrastination. It's essentially like you're getting ready to take the first step, you lift your foot up, but before you put it down, you just gain information, and you psych yourself out, and you get almost afraid to finish completing that step. So yes, learning is good, reading books is good, watching YouTube videos is great, but you need to be also being proactive, firsthand, so that when you do learn, you can, take a step, go learn, apply it to what you're doing. Take another step, apply it to what you're doing. And doing this really accelerates your progress, and it makes it a more enjoyable process so that not only can you talk to people, you don't have to sit on Facebook and chat with people all day about game. You can actually share your experiences, your first-hand experiences, not just talk about, what he said, she said. So anyway, guys, start being proactive and then adding the knowledge to it. Don't fall into the trap where you hit that glass ceiling, because once you hit the glass ceiling, the more you learn, the thicker the glass gets, the harder it is to break through. It's a trap that most people fall into, and as soon as they do, this is where most people quit. Anyway, guys, until next time, peace.